that we have from the group's perspective. As we're all together, will be recorded so that we can transcribe some of the things that were said. We can document some of the different things that we're going to share on our webcams, and we can make sure that we don't lose any of the good thinking that comes from our sessions today. Okay. So first of all, welcome to our vision and mission statement workshop today. Thank you for taking time out of the first day of our day back for this new year to come and contribute to our strategic planning. And of course, if you need anything throughout the workshop, do make sure that you let us know either through chat, and you can reach out to, please reach out to Vivian as she will be supporting me through this. And if you just can't wait, you can raise your hand and we'll just stop and we'll make sure to address it if it's really important. Okay. So this is a workshop designed to facilitate some conversations around both a vision and a mission statement. And I know we've got some things that are in place, but we're about looking towards the future, building on the past. And what we're going to do today in the 90 minutes that we have is very purposeful. And can you just, everybody raise their hand if you're seeing my slides, because very often I get started, you're not seeing slides. See, this is why I have this slide that says, hey, is everybody seeing my slides? Hold on a second. Let's try this again. Host disabled participant screen sharing. Can I think I lost that when you became host, Vivian. So could you enable me to share, please? Thank you. We'll give this a try again. Looks like this. There we go. A little better. How about this? Now can you see my slides?
Yes.
Oh, this game is going to be so much better already. All right. Let me go back to gallery view and I can see all your smiling faces. And here we are back again. Vivian, are we recording? We're all good to go? Very good. Thank you so much. All right. So as we go through what we're going to do today, right, in 90 minutes or less, based on the speed and the ability of the group, first of all, we're going to open your presents, right? All the presents that I sent you and said, don't open these yet. This is going to be fun. Then we're going to establish our mindset for creativity. We are going to draft a mission statement as a collective group. And then we are going to draft a vision statement. And then together, we are going to invent the future. Ooh. Sounds very exciting. And it is. And it's going to be very fun, right? So first thing I want you to do is please hold up the package I sent you to the webcam and show everybody, right? Everybody shows up the package. Now, this is the first, this is the first exercise. Right. Now, how many people notice the sticker that says, do not open until workshop?
Yes.
Right.
Yes.
So Kevin, I'm very interested because there's always somebody who opens it up ahead of time, despite the sticker, right? So Kevin, I'm very interested. First of all, did you see the stickers on the outside that says don't open until the workshop?
I did, but my 8-year-old son did not. So when he shook it, like all of his other Christmas gifts that have been sent this year, he knew it was Legos and crushed right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
No gift shaming, Kevin.
I'm sorry?
No gift shaming, Kevin.
No, it's no shame. Listen, there's a little bit of psychology behind all this stuff. Usually when somebody sends you something, right, like a present, right, you get very ooh. And statistically, somebody always opens it, right? And we want to foster that curiosity, and we want to kind of follow the rules because there's a reason behind some of this stuff. So first of all, please, if you please now all open your presents.
This is Margie, confession. My 68-year-old open my present.
Yeah. That's awesome.
It's got my name on it, but
yeah, that's awesome.
Confession.
All right, so and you can unwrap all of it and review the contents that are inside of it, right? So everybody saw the wristbands that are on the front, right? You got the wristbands, and then you open up the bubble wrap wrapping.
Cute.
and I'm opening mine up with you, right? And then my card will probably fall out, right? Business card. So don't ever tell me you don't know how to get in touch with me. You need me. And then, right, we got markers and we got Legos. Okay, so these are the resources that you're going to be using for the workshop today. Now, everybody got the wrapping paper, right? You have to please pop bubbles for 30 seconds. Go. Right.
Oh.
Like, come on, you got to pop all the bubbles.
Making an impact.
Right. And you got to see how many you can pop in 30 seconds.
Oh, that's relieving my stress.
All right, now you can stop popping the bubbles. Oh, and I can get this music to stop. All right, who had fun popping bubbles? Raise your hand.
I did.
There you go. Right now, Ms. Gary, when was the last time you got to pop bubbles and bubble wrap?
Can't remember.
There you go. Then it's long overdue, my friend. I'm glad we're able to do this. So this is one of the things that I always remember doing as a kid. Like, and I was so, like outside of, I wanted to play with the box more than what was inside the box, right? I got bubbles and I could pop them. So anyway, I figured if the idea guy was going to wrap presents, what better thing to wrap it in than bubble wrap? So you can keep this close by as you need to like de-stress or thinking or something like that. But remember, most microphones will pick up popping bubbles. I've been busted in meetings popping bubbles. All right, we're going to move on to the next. I know you're saying, wow, we got to pop bubbles. Can't we just stop now? No, there's more work to be done. Now, if you please get the wristbands that decorated your present, and you can untie them. And I'm going to explain what these things are all about, because these are purposeful as well. Okay. So I found that in order to be creative, you have to be in the right mindset. Caffeine helps. Alcohol has been noticed to contribute as well. But for today's purposes, we're going to worry about just doing this naturally in a mindset. I'm going to explain what each of these bands represents and how we can use it to be more mindful of the things we want to work on and the things we want to be able to contribute. Right. So the first band is the red band. Right. And the red band says suspend judgment. Right. And now, so as we're creating and collaborating, right, it's not very productive to be like, it'll never work. We're all going to die. They'll never let us do that. Right. Like, who likes to work with that person? Nobody likes to work with that person. So don't be that person. So if you tend to be the person in the room that's like, it's never going to work, put the red band on, right? You need to learn how to internalize your concern and the things you know already and suspend judgment. So maybe we can come up with something new. Okay, that's the red one. Now, the green one is about challenge knowledge, right? Now, we have a lot of very smart people in the room who know a lot of things. And many of you have invested a lot of time in Meals on Wheels and know a lot of things about how stuff is done and how it's been done. You need to challenge that knowledge, because that's great, but it tends to be a hindrance because you think you know everything. Well, there's still more to learn. Because as we say, what's the line that I keep sharing, Brent, that you keep trying to get working right?
Oh boy, nobody knows as much as we all know.
You're getting better. You're getting better, right? None of us know as much as all of us, right?
None of us know as much as all of us.
So
Man, that was like the 8th time you've asked me. Thanks.
And I will continue to do so. So we want your knowledge, but we want you to be open to knowledge and challenging the things you think you know already. Now, the next one is going to be the yellow one, and that's going to be increase observation, right? And that's about paying attention to things that you stopped paying attention to. right? Or you just never paid attention to before. And then last one is going to be the orange one, and it's about improving creativity. And that's all about trying a little harder, doing things that you usually don't do, right? Trying to press yourself to draw, and you will draw today. And just trying to be more creative in order to think more, to be bigger in your ideation. So I'm going to ask you now, you have 30 seconds, think about which each of these mean and which ones that you should be mindful of today as you're collaborating with your board members here. So again, you have 30 seconds to choose which of these bands that are going to help you be in a more mindful, in a creative mindset today. So please select your bands and begin. Now, if you would, please, if the band, actually, let's just do it. Please hold your wrist up to the webcams and let's see what everybody's working on. Very good. A lot of overachievers there today. A lot of us trying to increase observation. I see that. Great. Thank you all for playing that game. We will check in to see the progress that you have made at the end of our workshop today. All right. Now, there's your wristbands. Now, the first thing that we're going to work on is our mission statement, okay? And mission statement describes the purpose of business or an organization. And I wanted to point out, note that this is different than a vision statement, which is about a goal of the future, right? So the mission statement is a collection of words that says, hey, you know, the mission of Meals on Wheels is so and so. Amy, do we have like the official current version of it? And do you have it nearby? Because I should have popped it in here and I didn't.
Yeah, it's the mission of Meals on Wheels San Diego is to isolation. Oh darn, I had it.
Sorry, I didn't mean to put you on the spot, but
no, it's a really easy. It's very succinct. And
support the independence and well-being of seniors.
Support the independence and well-being of seniors. Very good, Kevin.
There you go. Thank you, Kevin. Right. So that's a good starting point, and there's just some words for us to react to, but we're going to explore more words. And if we open it up for change, what might that mission statement be that better reflects the work that we want to put into? So the first exercise that we're going to do today, and we are going to break you up into smaller groups to facilitate some conversations. There's 2 questions that I'm going to ask each of you to reflect on and collaborate with other people in your group to make a group response, right? So Leslie, Nancy, you may get whisked away into a group. Individually, you'll have, I think the mission is this, and I think the KPI should be this. And then you're going to talk about it as a group. And then your group's going to make a single answer to each of the 2 questions. And we're going to bring everybody back together to talk about that a little more. So there are no right or wrong answers, but it all starts with the words each of you think are important to include in this statement, right? Because words mean something, right? Like for instance, if I use the word communications, that means something to me. It may mean something very different to Brent or to Rosemary or to Aaron, right? So it's how we define those words individually which brings the meaning to these words as an organization, right? So these two questions are the questions that I need you individually to think about. And then as we whisk you away, you'll work about this in a group, okay? So we are going to move you into groups. We're going to run 4 groups, and me and Brent and Amy and Antoinette will lead really just kind of facilitate the groups to make sure that the work gets done. And this is a 20-minute assignment, okay? So we've allocated 20 minutes because we think it's going to take a little time for the individuals to select their words, as well as the groups to form their statements. And then we want to have a little time to talk about this afterwards. So the first resource that you'll need are your color markers, right? Please get your color markers and pick out your favorite color. Right, and now, if you would please hold up your favorite color to the webcam so everybody can see what your favorite color is.
My webcam.
There you go. Blues, a lot of blues. I see red. I got an orange. I'm feeling alone here with my orange selection, but I'm still very confident in my fashion choice. Rosemary, I love the purple, right?
Yep.
And here, very good. Thank you. And Vivian, let me give you back what you need here. Thank you. You can put your markers down now. Here, I got to go back to here. I got to figure out how to give Vivian what she needs.
You just clicked the little ellipsis by my.
Yeah, thank you so much.
Yeah.
I was looking for the thing and the thing wasn't there. I hate when that happens. All right, so with this marker, right? And then if you will get, who's got their envelope handy, right? If you don't have paper, you can use your envelope, and I need you to have paper and a marker. But I gave you the giant white envelope, which you can use the inside and outside as paper just in case, right? Now, this is where you're going to write your words. So you have a marker and you have paper. Everybody have marker and a paper?
Yes.
Right? Please hold them up. I just want to make sure everybody's good.
Paper, marker, paper,
There
marker.
you go, right? Don't write on your tables. Thank you so much. Right? Oh, there's the participants list. It went over on the other screen. All right, so you are going to have about, let's see, facilitators. You're going to have probably about 9. What's our count here? Well, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Probably about 6 people in each of our groups. You're going to have about 10 minutes for this specific exercise, right? We've allocated 20 minutes to this whole thing in the conversations. So we whisk you away. You're going to have 10 minutes for the exercise, which means you're going to average about 5 minutes a question. Now, sometimes we see that it's best to have everybody do individuals and then you come back and collaborate, or you can collaborate as a group. I'll leave it up to each facilitator in the dynamics of your participants as what works best. But when you come back in 10 minutes, we're going to ask you to have your written answers out. Please do not come back with like, oh, Brent knows what it is, he'll say it. No, I need you to write it out, right? Because that's what we need to document, because words matter. And we're very, very interested in the words that each of you think should be in this mission statement that, again, back here is, right, describes the purpose of our business, or describes the purpose of our organization, okay? So is there any question about what I'm asking you to do? Write words on paper, right? Facilitators, if there's any question, I need you to work with the words that your group has and come back with written answers to these 2 questions, which we could probably put in the chat if you really, really need them. Okay, what's our mission? And what are the KPIs that we're going to use to say, did we meet our mission? Right? Because you just can't say, be awesome, right? It's very subjective of whether we hit awesome or not, right? But if we can put numbers, statistics, percentages, things we can quantify, then we can manage against that mission statement. Okay? Brent, do you have any questions, my friend, before we ask Vivian to whisk you away?
No, I think I'm good to go.
Antoinette, how are you, my friend? You ready to go?
I'm ready.
All right, Amy?
Ready.
All right, Vivian, please send us away and bring us all back in 10 minutes.
Kevin, I'm still not the host.
Aren't you? Jeez.
And is the
Sure.
first 10 minutes for question 1, and then we'll do question 2 later? Or for the
No,
whole
you have
thing?
to do both questions at the same time.
Okay.
And come back with the answers. How about now, Vivian?
No, it says you're still the host.
All right, let me try this way. More this way, make host. How about now?
No go.
Come on now. I keep hitting the button. Make host.
You might have to stop sharing your screen. Maybe try that.
Yeah, let's try to do that. Stop share. Change
There's
host.
everybody.
There you go.
Got it. Okay,
Now I can go back to
30
share.
seconds.
Right. Okay. Now I think we're ready. Maybe you want to give us a shot? See y'all in 10 minutes with your awesome answers.
Are we supposed to be in smaller groups?
You'll get a notification in just 1 second.
Oh, okay.
And if anybody has any problems, I'll be in the main room, so you can come back to the main room at any time. So I'm putting in Amy. I'm putting you in room 1.
Okay.
Brand, I'll put you in room 2. All right. Kevin, I'll put you in room 3. Antoinette, you're in room 4. All right, everybody, you'll get a prompt here to join the room in just a moment.
Good.
Okay.
So exciting.
Okay.
Good to see you, Ken. All right, and we're off.
Mine says host disabled participant screen sharing.
You don't need to share your screen.
Yeah, that's odd. Yeah, just ignore that.
There we go.
Hopefully it should.
Da, 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 da.
Kevin, I've got you in room 3.
Great, thank you.
Yeah.
Vivian,
Yes, I will put you in
this
room
is Cindy
right now.
Stratton. Okay, I was on my phone and now I'm getting off of it.
No
So,
problem. You'll see a prompt here in just 1 second.
okay, great. So I'm leaving over here and now I'm back. Thank
Great.
you. I
Yeah, no
was
problem.
stuck at work, so I muted myself on my phone so I wouldn't disrupt, but I'm listening.
Awesome.
Okay. Thanks, guys.
Yep.
Thank you. Kevin, are you going to go to your breakout?
Yeah, how do do I get an alert or something? I'm not seeing anything.
It says you already got one. I can't resend it to you.
Let me go back and see if it's somewhere else. Oh man, I'm not seeing here. That to here. Trying to think where it's going to send it to me to, because I'm not seeing any
I don't
alerts.
see it anywhere, huh? Let me try to. No, it's not letting me resend it to you.
Oh man, that's going to be fun. Hey, the ID guy didn't come to his own thing. Let's see, participant.
You might need to jump out and come back in. That might fix it. Do you want to try
Yeah.
that?
All right, I'll try it.
Okay, I'll be here.
Yep. All right, let's try it again.
You see it now?
Yep. Got
Great.
Darn.
Oh man, that was super fast. Was it really?
Ah,
Just getting into it.
Is that 10
No.
minutes? Oh my goodness.
10 minutes?
Yeah, hey Vivian. Are
Yeah.
you, Vivian, can you launch us for another 5 minutes?
yeah, of course.
All right, send us all back for another 5.
Alrighty.
Thank you so much.
We're still on number 1.
Yeah, I know. You got 5 minutes to get them both done.
All right, everyone should see it come up
I
again.
know yeah.
5 minutes.
Okay, we're good. Oh, Are we back?
Yep.
Everybody? Okay. Ugh, wow.
People are still coming in.
Oh, yeah, they wanted, oh, I should have taken another 30 seconds.
Okay.
Oh, here we go. Back to, but yes, it's good to see you, Cindy.
All right. Thank you, Vivian.
No problem.
If we can for now, let's stop the share so we can get everybody super big, because this will be the show and tell part of what we're doing. Yeah. Yeah, just hit your stop share screen. I just want to see. There you go. Thank you so much. All right, we've got everybody back. All right, so now we're going to just quickly go through each of the groups, and I'll go first to kind of set the pace. Then Brent, Amy, and Antoinette in that order. So we very quickly got into some word selections. Like some of the words that we used were like independence, enhanced, secure, homebound, critical. And then other words were around the people that we serve, because, and Brent and I chatted about this quite a bit. It's not only the seniors and their pets and their caregivers and disabled veterans, but almost everybody that I've spoken to and everything I've ever heard about Meals on Wheels tended to be associated with seniors. So where we think we would redirect the mission would be, right? Meals on Wheels San Diego County serves senior households and disabled veterans by providing critical services that promote independence. And the KPIs that we would do, there would be numbers around senior households, like the numbers of those peoples, as well as disabled veterans. And then you could break down senior households into caregivers and pets to better understand where our support goes. And then also around the promotes and the critical services would be a total list of services, and then how many of those services were applied to each of our clients over what term, as well as promote independence. Aaron suggested there'd be some kind of like net promoter score or perhaps some sort of independence score that comes from a number of different facets would be the KPIs around that. So that's what we were thinking. All right, Brent,
So Kevin, what I didn't do, Kevin, is we didn't all work on this together. We did our, like, everybody took 3 minutes on their own and then we discussed. So we have 5 different versions of each thing. So we didn't bring it together into one. I didn't realize that was what we were supposed to do, is work on it as a group. Because we did it as you and I did it with Antoinette and Amy. So
right.
replicating that. Sorry.
No worries. Well, perhaps you can do some sort of, is there some kind of summary or something you can pull together for us?
I'll have to work on that. So
You want me to go first, Brent, and you'll pull that together?
Yeah, I don't really know if I can, but sure. I'll pull it together.
Yeah.
We're rooting for you, Brent.
I got you. So I'm not as organized in my note taking as Kevin is, but some of the key phrases, I guess, that we came up with were empowering seniors, health and wellness came up a lot, independence, of course, flexibility as an organization, which we all agreed, we learned that we're actually pretty good in 2020, but that's something that's really important as the future comes on. Food insecurity, wellness again, and quality of life. And those are the kinds of things we'd like to see, in our mission. And then for KPIs, we recognize that we're tracking clients, money raised, number of volunteers, number of meals, geography, but we really want to talk about setting goals for growth and then tracking that. And is there a way to look at, San Diego County and say, well, if San Diego County in the next 5 years is going to increase by 30%, how many seniors are living here, should our goal mirror that as far as clients that we serve? Should we grow by 30%? And that would be a good KPI. What else did I write on here? More information to the board about what's going on kind of on a day-to-day basis was just sort of a side note. Reducing redundancies. We think we could build some great KPIs around operational issues. Tracking growth. And then for the donor piece, more information actually to the board about what's coming down the pike, what kind of grants we're applying for in order to accomplish these goals, and how we're doing on that. Did I get it, everybody? I had a great group, by the way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Great. Thank you, Amy. All right. Antoinette, can
And I have to follow that. Huh? Yeah. No. Yeah. Here we go. Here we go, team. No. So we had a lot of the same words in terms of supporting seniors in their independence, focus on wellness and safety, ending isolation and homebound seniors, just to be more specific. We have the word compassion, nutritious meals, and safety. Safety was a very big word here too. Ensuring, and the seniors, we have the word vulnerable seniors. And the meals are nutritious and delicious. Somebody even used the word delicious. The meals have to be delicious, healthy and delicious. So we want to emphasize that as we move forward. And just trying to, let's see, the other words were volunteer, plenty volunteers. We want to just make sure that we have plenty of volunteers and donors. Those are some of the words that came up in terms of, in our mission statement without duplicating. So yeah, that.
Awesome. Thank you so much, Antoinette.
Great. Key indicators,
Yes.
number of seniors, in terms of also looking at measuring the, San Diego County in terms of how we're doing as it relates to county-wise a measurement there. Tracking our inclusion with minorities, the different minority communities. Tracking our serve tracker in terms of alerts, and then how the number that we resolve. So we're really concerned about that. And we're looking at a satisfactory survey for seniors. We want to know how seniors think we're doing. So we want to make sure that that is a metric that we track. And Ken brought up this economic impact, of what we do. How do we measure that? What is the economic impact of what we do to the family, to the county, just to the overall population of food insecurity? What's the economic impact of Meals on Wheels of Greater San Diego? And that's it.
Great. Very good. Thank you for sharing, Antoinette. Great work for your group. Mr. Wakefield, are you ready, sir?
Yeah, kind of. We're trying to piece some things together here. I think, for us, one of the things that was improving the quality of lives of seniors and veterans by providing isolation interruption with nutritious meals, and at the same time providing a positive volunteer experience. So the word empowering kept coming up. Also, reduce, or it could be, we were saying here, isolation interruption, but also reducing food insecurity, and nourish and empower San Diego older adults, and making them, basically empowering them as leaders. And so the key words, I think it's empower, food insecurity, isolation interruption, and also volunteers, which is such a key part of all of this.
Yeah.
And when we're looking at KPI, there were quite a few, but I think less meal cancellations due to hospital visits or whatever, because that's oftentimes the schedules that the volunteers are trying to adhere to are frequently interrupted because the clients have to go to the hospital or whatever. And if we're doing a better job, we'd also have more volunteers signing up. So that is a good KPI. And then also fewer wellness calls once we get things set up. You know, if we can reduce the number of wellness calls. You know, it's always difficult to measure what doesn't happen if it doesn't happen. But if you have some baseline data, and then you can from that, if you see some improvements, then that would be helpful. Yeah, so it's improving the quality of lives of seniors, and it's empowering, it's uplifting, it's reducing isolation or interrupting isolation, reducing food insecurity. Those are kind of the general words out there.
Thank you. It's very interesting to hear all of these different words, because most of the words that I'm hearing from the different groups aren't in our mission statement today. You know, so just an observation.
Right.
Vivian, if we could please go back to the slides, please. We're going to jump back in. Let's jump in at 16 real quick, please. Right, so now you heard all these, so just quickly, what do we think that these groups all have in common, right? Because the thing that I'm hearing is, you know, that they're all using words that aren't in our mission statement today, or mostly, Amy, and it just sounds like there's a lot more action in the words, right? So, Brent, what are you hearing? You know, what are you hearing across all these groups, Brent?
Well, to me, you know, it's something that hasn't appeared in our mission statement, and it's I think the word volunteer, but also the word empower, I think are really kind of new words to me. You know, independence is already there, that we've had. Maybe not, you know, empower is also a good word. It's a really positive, active word, and I keep hearing empower a lot.
Amy, let me put you on the speed. What are you hearing that they're different? Are you hearing any grand differences or anything really polarizing in any of the groups so far?
I don't hear anything polarizing. These are all words that we've, you know, been tossing around for years, I'm sure, for years before I got here even, I think.
Right. Okay. Thank you. I just want to let us all be paying attention attentively to all the words, because words matter. That's why we're going through the exercise. And I'm very interested and intrigued by the words that you're all selecting, because there's a lot of different words, but I'm starting to hear some common meanings, especially around that empowerment, Brent. I agree with you.
Never saw the satisfaction. I never really, in all the years I've been involved, I've never really heard about the satisfaction level from the seniors of the food or the experience. I mean, we've had some lovely stories, but I've never seen that really be measured. In the word delicious just didn't sit with me in a way that was resonating my experience. Delicious wasn't a word. A couple of times I've heard things were delicious, but not overall. Yeah,
that was really
Gary and Margie, didn't we do client surveys? Haven't we done them in the past?
Oh, we do.
I don't think it was incredibly regular, but I think they exist or existed.
Yeah.
But I'm not sure that they're modern in their presentation style, I guess. They were like slips of paper sent.
I think this is one of those things where we have different people needing to survey our clients for different reasons, and this hand isn't talking to that hand, and we have tons of excellent information, but we don't have a centralized way of capturing it and then of course reporting it. And that was actually something that our group talked, you know, quite a bit about. How can we, you know, rate someone's happiness when they join Meals on Wheels? Where did it start, and hopefully where did it end, and what was our impact on that? And could we put that as part of our companionship call program, where we really start chatting with seniors about what they need from us, and then rating how we're doing on that.
Yeah. Antoinette here. One new word that I haven't heard, and our group came up with this word, but you know, just in terms of how do we deliver, and the word compassion, and that there was just a lot of compassion with our staff, our volunteers. I mean, that's what we're serving. We're serving up compassion. I like that word.
We had the word connection. The word connection came up where we're a connector, we're connecting the services and all. And I think that word connection, it really resonated with me in a way that I thought was, you know, important, especially in life and in the world. We don't have to be everything, but we could definitely connect.
Yeah, you know, I like that word delivers, Antoinette. I've seen it used in some different instances. And, you know, and then I've obviously heard the, you know, we deliver more than a meal. But I think that's an interesting word because I think it connects. Like for us, I can see, you know, Meals on Wheels delivers critical services that promotes independence and things like that. And that delivers obviously has a little bit of a play given our primary service. But I think there's a lot of interesting words for us to work with, Amy, and I'll be interested in us looking through the transcripts of all those different words and doing more with that. I do need to keep us moving on to our next slide, please, Vivian. We are going to address our vision statement now. Now, again, to differentiate, the vision is really about what we want to be when we grow up. This is very much a future, very much goal-oriented, and it is different than our mission statement. Next slide, please, Vivian. So in this, you are now going to draw, right? So if you will please pick your second favorite color marker and share what your second favorite color marker is up to your webcam, because I'm very interested in the colors of people pick. Some people say there's a lot of meaning behind color. I just think there's colors that are pretty. I love the purple too. There you go. And you will need paper, right? So it could be, again, your giant envelope or other paper. So you need a marker and paper for this next exercise. And from what you know today, I'm going to ask you to go away in groups again. And Brent, you can have everybody give them a short time for their individual drawing. And then you can share amongst yourselves and perhaps architect a singular drawing, or you can use multiple drawings to tell a story. But you will get to share your creative work with the rest of our group. Now, I'm not going to have Bill show up, share his drawings, but whoever's got Bill in his group, I'm going to let you know you got a ringer already. So sometimes it's helpful to have like the drawer of the group, but I'll let you figure it out. So, but when you come back, you need pictures that answers these two questions. And I don't want any words. Now, if you absolutely have to put a word like on a sign that says like Meals on Wheels or something, that's great. But I want pictures. I do not want words unless absolutely necessary. You already used your words. Now I want to see your pictures. So within pictures, you have to be able to answer to the group, just like we did now. What do you think Meals on Wheels wants to achieve? And when they accomplish this achievement, what may they become that they are not today? Okay. Again, we're going to have the same time allocation. We're going to have 10 minutes away as a group. As you experienced before, 10 minutes go very, 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 very fast. And Brent, when your group comes back, I'm going to ask you or some of your team members to hold up the picture to show me your group work. Okay.
Awesome.
I can't wait to see all of your awesome drawings. Vivian, if you please whisk everybody away for a brisk 10 minutes, I sure would appreciate it. I look forward to seeing you all very, very soon.
Bill, were you in Brent's group? Sorry, I can't hear you. I think you're muted.
Yes, I was in Brent's group.
Okay, I'll put you back there.
Okay, sorry.
No
Did
problem.
I miss something?
No, you're fine.
breakout room.
Hi.
This time we actually got done early, Vivian.
Nice.
We thought we would come back early, thus proving our superiority in getting done early. Plus, Kevin is such an awesome artist. We were ready to go.
Were you able to draw a good picture, Kevin?
I hope so.
Oh, yeah.
We think it's
Good.
inspiring.
Good for an 8-year-old, maybe. Third grade class.
Oh. You made it, Antoinette.
I made it.
You made it. Good job.
I told you, I'm not, don't put me under controls. Kevin knows that's one of the things.
You do great, Antoinette. You do just great.
We got Antoinette on the controls. We got Kevin with the pen.
Yes.
Doing well.
Okay. So I guess our group will be going first. We're so,
Sure. You
we're
wanna
so
go?
excited.
Listen, I am not gonna hold you back. If you're that jazzed up, Antoinette, I'm gonna just let you guys go as soon as everybody gets back.
Oh my God.
Oh, let me my music. I put down. I had some music in the background.
Mhm.
Yeah, some drawing music.
Ah.
Not that it helped my drawings at all.
Certainly did not help mine.
No, I know, right? I'm many things, and Illustrator is not one of them. Yeah. And here, just full disclosure, right? So this one, so this is my handiwork. So this is what I got. Shiny happy people.
Oh.
Yes, and that's about it. That's what shiny happy people look like to me, and that's San Diego, the world through the perspective of San Diego, and some very beat up looking buildings.
Yeah, it looked like a bomb shelter.
Is that our office? That's supposed to be our office, Brent?
That's
all right. I think we've got
Meals on Wheels campus.
Yes, and yeah, well, I'll be able to do that one much better. Antoinette's group is very excited, so they've asked if they can go first. So Antoinette, please answer the questions. What does Meals on Wheels want to achieve, and what are we going to become? And if when we do, what are we going to become that we're not today?
Okay, well, we did it with the drawing. Did we show our drawing?
Yeah, well, you got to tell us a story, right? Answer the first question, right? What does Meals on Wheels want to achieve? Tell us that story.
Meals on Wheels, we want to make sure that all seniors within our population, our service area, that they are surrounded by lots of love, and they have big, full bellies, and they're strong, their bones, and they're strong and healthy, and they're feeling loved.
That's awesome. That's awesome. I love that COVID cut on your poster child up there.
Yeah, that's a COVID hairdo he's got. I love it.
Yes, thank you, Kevin. That looks awesome up there.
That's super.
All right. So, Amy, would you like to lead us through your group's learning? What's Meals on Wheels want to achieve, and what are they going to become that they're not today?
Oh, I didn't do the second part. What are we going to become?
Oh, okay. I'm sorry.
Oh,
All right.
yeah,
There you
yeah.
go. Uh-oh.
Yeah, what are we going to become? We're going to become the gold standard, number one. And we're going to be supported by an army of marching army of volunteers, serving meals, volunteer board members, just an army behind us to make us number one, the gold standard, the place to be, what everybody is aspiring to be. That's where we're going to become.
That's awesome. I like that. Nice work, Kev.
You need to see the picture though.
Oh, we saw him.
Oh, okay. Oh, there we go.
I'll remind everybody too, get it set on gallery view so you can see everybody and everybody's work all at once. Okay. All right. Thank you for sharing. Amy, can you please lead us through your group's work, right? What does Meals on Wheels want to achieve? And when they achieve this, what are they going to become they're not today?
Sure. We had a common theme, which was growth. We recognize, and Rosemary put it beautifully, that we are like a wheel with spokes with all of these different things that we are doing for our seniors, wellness and health and isolation and everything else, nutrition, and that those spokes keep those wheels rolling. And so if
do we have the drawings? May we see your drawings, please?
Yeah. In one sec. We didn't have the drawing for that one. We had a drawing for where we're going to get to, because we're going, and Jolene's gonna hold it up, where we're going to get to when we have just based on growth. So what she has is a very happy son who's looking down on some empty wheelchairs, because we've got all these happy seniors holding hands outside their own homes. And you can see that their homes are connected by this little road, thank you, to Meals on Wheels. That's Brett outside going, come, we'll help you. And then there's the kitchen behind them with a chef, and they're making delicious food, by the way. And those are the vans taking the food away. And of course, flowers, because Jolene started a brand new, beautiful flower business.
Oh my God.
Awesome.
That's really good.
Very nice. Very nice.
Very nice.
All right. Amy, do you have anything else to share, or is that it for now?
That was it.
All right.
Oh, Kevin's writing us a song. Just wanted to say that.
Oh, awesome.
We're getting a jingle.
Oh, raising the bar. All right. I love it. Brent, can you lead us through your drawing and your group's thinking, please?
For sure. Bill, you want to hold up your masterpiece?
Oh, ringer.
No, not a ringer. Brett, I could tell he's a very good CEO, because like all CEOs, he was quick to delegate this task to me. The guy that at least wanted it, let me tell you.
Yeah, that's awesome.
But get a load of his artwork.
Yeah, well, no, it's a collective artwork, but this is the story we're trying to tell.
Okay.
And what you see is that you have a senior, obviously hunched over with a walker, coming out of darkness, the isolation of their home, with a big smile on their face as they're waiting for our energetic, young, enthusiastic volunteer delivering a delicious meal, steamy, pipey hot. And then in the crowd are all our raging fans and supporters cheering our volunteer on and making all this goodness happen. That's the pictorial, I think. Is that right, team?
You got it. And the volunteer has like a mohawk because he's a hipster. So it's a really cool organization. We're
very trendy, very trendy.
Yeah, we're super trendy, and the senior loves it. And she's out there waiting for us with a huge smile on her face.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. Very nice work, Bill.
Well, Brett, thank you very much for that opportunity. I'll pay you back someday.
Yeah.
Great.
So you got him to do your work and he owes you one. That's awesome.
Yes.
Well, otherwise it was going to be the guy from a walker going to roller skates after a good meal.
All right. That looked like,
that's my art.
That's awesome. Well, listen, I also delegated to the best one on our group. So Aaron, would you please lead everybody through what our drawings represent?
Sure, and I don't know about best, but we'll give it a shot. Now looking at everyone else's art, I think mine here will be the last to be entered into the Smithsonian. So, all that said, I in all seriousness, I do think we were channeling our inner Antoinette here. So you'll see number one. There's a lot going on here, but we have our wonderful volunteer drivers delivering our services to the home here, but we will be the number one, the premier, the go-to organization in our region, delivering those services, whether it's to our veteran community, to those in need and their families and caretakers and their pets. This is supposed to be a dog, by the way, but it could be an aardvark or a honey badger. I'm not sure. This this is to also be regarded by our local governments. This is my poor attempt at the county seal. When it comes to connecting those in need in our region to those services, our hospitals and assisted living communities and clinics for outpatient care in those in need, and 211 San Diego, which is the resource line that was particularly helpful during the pandemic, but is kind of the go-to to connect those in need, our access and functional needs members. So we will be, we are the premier organization. We're easy. We did have some words on here, easy. We're compassionate, and we help break down barriers as well, whether that's language barriers, access barriers, cultural barriers.
Yeah, and let me just build on that last part, right? We did use those words because we wanted to explain what number one meant. So we wanted it from the different aspects. We want to be the most easy service to use. We want to be the most comprehensive service to use, right? So those were the KPIs associated with with being number one, right? We wanted number one to have meaning behind it, right?
Okay. Does our artist and group number one, our artist, want to add anything? Kevin Robinson, our artist.
No, he looks good. All right.
Okay.
All right, Vivian,
Yeah,
if we can come back to the slide 22, please, Vivian, we'll get into this little conversation. And again, what are we hearing that's the same, Antoinette? Because I obviously we resonated with your number one, right? That's one of the things, right? We want to be number one from a measurement standpoint,
right?
As well as the perception in the community as being perceived as the premier, i.e. number one, right? Are you seeing the same thing?
Yes, exactly.
Yep. Brent, Amy, how about you? Seeing any other commonalities between the drawings?
I think having a larger community engaged in what we're doing, right? So more volunteers, but also more organizations that we collaborate with. So larger, a larger community to support all these seniors.
Mm-hmm.
And it's a hip community with the Mohawk.
Yes, it is. That is the hip and hipsters. I'm seeing that as well. And we could crack jokes about that, but I think that there's something to be said about, kind of not being, how you want to say it, right? Not like the old organization. There's modern ways to do things, and I think one of the things that I shared with Brent was when we first met was my understanding and respect for the organization, because I've known of it for years and what it has done for years. But the words that I'm hearing us use and the drawings I'm seeing us do, right? That's kind of not your grandfather's Meals on Wheels,
yes,
if you will, right? You know where I'm going with that?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah. That sounds cool.
Yeah, like we're fresh,
Yes.
Yeah, right. Because we did that rebrand. That was another thing too. I remembered like some OG branding from back in the day, and it was very wah wah, But we do have this fresh brand and poppy colors, and so we have tools that can help further that thinking around what we say who we are and who we want to be. Vivian, will you please move to the next slide, please?
I just wanted to add in some of the things I saw in common is joy. When everyone draws these pictures, they're smiling. The seniors are smiling. The volunteers are smiling. I mean, I think joy is really an important part of.
Yes, that's what
we're all trying to convey.
Yeah, it's a great observation, Amy. Great, because nobody's being all like buzz crunchy and like, oh, my life's miserable. Like, no, there's happy clients, happy volunteers, people working together. We see a lot of inclusion, right, and diversity within that, and that's a great, broad, big perspective for our goal setting. I think that's great.
Yeah.
So let's talk about exercise number 3 as I'm working diligently to balance getting you out of here on time and taking advantage of all this great thinking. Can you go back to go back to my quote, por favor? One more. There you go. Peter Drucker's quote, right? We cannot predict the future, but we can invent it, right? So, and that's this process is part of our invention process. Next slide, please. So, who's ready to invent our future? Raise your hand, please. It's just to get your little blood moving, and you got to move it around. Not that's everything. Next slide, please. So in this last exercise, we're going to invent our future. Now, if you would please go back to your box of Legos. This is where the Legos comes in, right? So in order, if you would A, mute yourself, B, unbox your Legos and put all the pieces in front of you, because this gets noisy. Thank you. Right? So through this, through so far, we have used our words and we've done pictures. And now I want you that while you're going to be playing with these Legos, you're going to be what we refer to as doing as thinking while building. And this is how this works, right? You're going to be thinking about the words that you and your group use. You're going to be thinking about the drawings that your group and our groups did. And I'm going to ask you to build a prototype, which is just a little representation of something that in your mind represents what you see in our future that will help us achieve both of these statements, both our mission and our vision. So as you look to our future and you contribute to our invention and our invention process, I'm going to ask you and your group to go away and to build a prototype, right? And all a prototype is a representation of your idea. And then you will come back and Brent, this is how it's going to work. So you can either have one master builder, or you can use a series of small things to tell a story. But we're going to ask you all to hold up the thing that you made and tell us how this prototype represents what you see in our future. Okay? And again, you're not going to have a lot of time. This is going to be 10 minutes from the time we say go. So collaborate, make your decisions, and build a prototype that you can come back and share with us your vision for our future. Antoinette, does that exercise make sense to you? I know you've
well, because we're virtual in terms of, so do we need to select one person to be our master builder? Is that what we're doing? Or are we all working on our own Legos?
The way I'm gonna, so that can be one way to do it. The way I'm gonna ask everybody in my team is to build something very quickly to share their vision, and then we're gonna Franken build something out of that, or use a couple of them to tell a story. Right? So you can have one or you could have many, but at the end, when you come back, I'm going to ask you to hold up your prototypes and tell a story about our future. Okay? All right, Amy, you good with the game? I know you played as well. Brent, are you good with the game? All right, Vivian, 10 minutes, a strict 10 minutes. I can't wait to see what you all create. Please begin.
Hi.
Hi.
Hey, I think you got kicked out. What group were you with before?
Group 1.
With Amy?
Yes.
All right.
My laptop died on me.
Oh, no worries.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Okay.
Okay, hello.
Hi. Gotta go.
Okay. What if I might be?
Oh man, that 10 minutes goes fast.
It goes fast, but we're waiting for you, man. We're in fighting shape.
Oh, really? Oh,
Oh yeah. We're gonna bring it.
And with that, I'll let you and your team go first, sir.
All right. Well, we have a little bit of we have a story here that we're going to tell you, right? So it first starts off with Meals on Wheels isn't just a car. We're so advanced that it's a spaceship type of a vehicle. It still has wheels.
Can you move that a little closer to the webcam?
But it's green. It's powered by flowers and plants. It's a green powered thing, and it's happy. See, it's winking at you. Still has its meal. We're really technologically advanced, and we're delivering these little things that represents chicken right there.
Awesome.
Doing it in the best way possible. We're so good that we are landing on this pedestal that holds us in high. Leslie, show them the pedestal. We land on top of that pedestal. And everybody we visit, their homes, they become happy people in happy homes. Betty, show them
Right
the
here.
show it
Happy
real close to
home,
the
happy
camera.
people,
Happy home,
big eyes.
happy home, right? There
That's
you go.
awesome.
Nailed it.
Awesome. All right. So will everybody in your group please hold up their prototypes, please?
And Nancy, oh wait, it fades in and out. Got it.
Nancy-
I got to make it close to the webcam. I want to get close-ups of all of them. There you go. 1, 2. That's
It's hard
awesome.
with the backgrounds, yeah.
There you go. Thank you. Thanks, Gary. All right, Amy, can you walk us through your groups, please?
Boy, I can try. We went in lots of different directions, but I think, and you guys can all hold them up. We kind of started with Rosemary. She's got, it's conceptual. So we've got Wheels on Wheels, as you can see, is represented by the colors, and there's a step there. There's our core values are there. They're going to help drive us, as you can see with Kevin and JoJo's.
Thanks. That's awesome.
Oh yeah.
And when I said drive, Rosemary said, no, catapults. And I said, okay, I like it. But the focus is on our core to help lead us into the future.
Oh my gosh, those are cool vehicles, you guys.
Yes, and Gary's is a bridge, so it all fell into the same.
Right.
Yeah, that's awesome.
That's a cool
great.
car.
Well, Kevin built that car.
Corianne.
Kevin built a car.
All right. Great. Thank you. Thanks, Corey.
It's Kevin.
All right.
Kevin. Corey is Kevin. He's another Kevin. We got 3 Kevins on this call.
All right. Oh, great. Thank you.
Incognito.
All I was seeing was our Legos up in the front. I couldn't see the face. Antoinette, can you walk us through your group, please?
Yes, and I did promise them that they can all hold up and tell us what they built. I knew what they were starting, but and there I see Gail. Gail.
So this is the bridge that connects our volunteers and our seniors.
Ooh, very nice.
Very good. Very good.
Strong
And
bridge.
Cindy has a happy.
Here's our happy volunteer delivery.
That's awesome.
Robot.
Very good. Look at those eyes.
Yeah, that's great.
I
Pretty
love
sad.
that.
Oh, that's awesome. That's awesome. All right.
Good.
Did you
What
see
else
the
you
power
got?
garden? Okay, great. Hey, Kevin.
Oh, Kevin.
We have a delivery truck delivering the standard
What? Oh my gosh. That's
full
really
of gold there.
That sushi over there, girl?
Okay.
Yes. Okay, and Ken.
Yeah, so I have a little delivery truck vehicle here that's bridging. It's got a little arm delivering to the house next. So this is kind of like Gail's bridge, but it also is connecting our volunteers to our clients. So that's my
Very
little,
nice.
my
Very
little
Great.
thing here.
Great.
That's pretty
Okay,
awesome.
and thank you, Ken. And I was building a tractor trailer, but my wheels, I couldn't get my wheels to stay on. It's a tractor trailer, just bringing all the food, to the warehouses, and we're just loaded with food. Okay, don't laugh.
That's great. That's a great problem to have. Thank you, everybody. Now, I'll leave you guys know. Immediately, we got into some great conversation. So I'll start my story, and my team is going to kind of jump in. So when I think about what I see in our future, I'm very interested in exploring the idea of an innovation kitchen. And some of us have talked about this innovation kitchen where we can experiment much more. But with the kitchen, and this is, I tried to build like a counter to a restaurant. That's like the two benches and the counter. But there would be a restaurant that the public would be invited to, that they'd be able to test new things on a regular basis. Like, ooh, I wonder what they're going to have this week, right? We could test it. And then with positive feedback, we would be able to make improvements. But of course, we're Meals on Wheels. So I was thinking, could he do like a food truck too? That we could send the food truck into some of these different neighborhoods that we're trying to build relationships with, right? Like, could we send the food truck into like a primarily Muslim community and say, hey, this is some of the food that we're thinking, can you taste it and tell us how we did? And then maybe they can work on it. So we're introducing the service, we're engaging them in the product development, and then we're hoping then that would help attract those diverse clients that we said that we want to try and do, right? And then please, my group, jump in if you could build on our story with what we got with your prototypes. So Margie, what do you got?
Well, I have, and I don't know if it looks like anything, but I have an octopus. And talking about the food type,
So cute.
we should not eat octopus because they are very, very intelligent. And in fact, but an octopus has many arms, and we can reach out. And just like the food truck going to a different place, a different neighborhood, and we share food and we share our love of food with everyone else, this is how we connect. And this is how we can get the message and help us and all learn how to eat better, eat healthier, but also eat with flavors and gusto that others may not know about the kind of food that we like, and vice versa.
Yeah.
So that, hence my octopus.
Aaron?
So I think this is playing off of Kevin's a little bit. This is like a futuristic hoverboard. So that's to represent, us being increasingly nimble as an organization, trying different services, trying different meals, trying different things in line with Kevin, your idea in the test kitchen. And I've kind of got this abstract representation of different colors and shapes to represent the diversity of those different initiatives. So that's this.
Good job.
That's awesome. That's awesome.
And I have the Meals on Wheels delivery, which has a smiley face. It's very happy. It's great. It's traveling, but it's on a platform that's rising up because we're serving more and more, and our platform is rising to be able to support that.
Oh my gosh. All right.
Awesome. All right. No, if I can ask everybody to hold their prototypes up onto their webcam so everybody can see them. This is going to be one of our master pictures of all the awesomeness that we got out of this. Antoinette, can you hold up your stuff as well?
Here you go.
Oh, that trailer's got a little. I think the DOT is going to want to talk to you about that trailer.
I know my fragile.
All right, everybody. That's right. Thank you. Hey, listen, a round of applause for all your good work in playing my games. Thank you. Vivian, will you please put our slides up, and let's wrap up and get our friends out of here. All right. If you'll please go to, let's see, we're going to be up. First of all, let's go slide 29, please. First of all, congratulations to everybody and for your good work and your participation. I know some of this stuff isn't the things you usually do every day, especially drawing and playing with Legos. But I want to just say thank you for participating, and congratulations on all of the ideation that you brought. From by my account, I think we're just under 1,000 new ideas for tonight, although we will document them and report back accordingly. The next slide, please. So what comes next is I want to just quickly check in with your wristbands. For those of you who were trying to suspend judgment, anyone have a red red wristband on for today? Okay, there you go. Leslie, how did you do with suspending your judgment? You're on.
I'm good because I wasn't sure coming into it how I was going to do because I'm not that creative like that. So I was able to suspend my judgment just to kind of have fun with the experience and just go with it.
Great, thank you. How about, I know a lot of us had increased observation up, right? Those of you, raise your hand if you were increasing observation. Okay, Ken, how did you do with increasing your observation today?
No, you know, I listened to what other people were saying, and I think that really helped to increase my observation, I guess. And I wrote a number of things down that are good food for thought going forward. So that was good.
Excellent. Thank you for sharing. How about anybody with challenging knowledge? How many people, anybody have the green one, challenge knowledge up?
Which one was that?
I did.
Cindy, how did you do with challenging? And just quickly, why did you pick that one?
I picked that one because I've been involved with this organization for, gosh, I think I'm coming up on like 18 years. And so looking forward rather than kind of looking backward was something I wanted to really try to focus on and not thinking about what we used to do, but what we're going to do in the future. So
awesome. Yay,
the orange
thank
one.
Thank you so much. Right. And then how about the last one, improving creativity? Who had an orange one for improving creativity?
I do.
Yeah. Right. And what was your, how do you feel about that, Antoinette? Do you feel like you were able to improve your creativity? Did you do something more today than you usually are able to do?
Well, yes, at least I was thinking out of the box, and I attempted to, you know, design my U-Haul truck with bringing supplies, but looking at other people in my group, that helped to increase my productivity and my ability, just looking at what they did. So
Great. Thank you so much for sharing. Our last slide, please, Vivian, here, we'll get going. And very quickly, Brent, Amy, Antoinette, any aha moments today working with our board in this unique way? Brent, what did you see, buddy?
Well, even though we're all very different, I was kind of surprised to see the themes reoccurring, right? The different words that kept coming up, the idea of really highlighting volunteers, but also innovation, the word empower. So just kind of the commonalities, how many there were that really aren't part of our mission statement or necessarily part of our daily narrative here. So it was great. So I think it feels like everybody wants to grow and evolve.
Yeah, Amy, how about you?
Yeah, ditto what Brent said. I was just going to say, it seems like everyone's really excited about the opportunity which is upon us to really, really grow and get to that next level. So that's great.
Great, thank you. And then I'll just open it up. If there's any other big aha moments, right? Things you didn't realize, things you're excited for, I'll just open it up quickly for anybody else to share.
I just see that there's just a lot of energy here, so that was just really positive just to see so much energy. Everybody's, wanting to do this. Yeah. So.
I think it's exciting to be a part of being able to create a fresh new mission statement, a fresh mission statement, to be a part of that. And I think being able to articulate a very precise mission statement and be able to get that across, driving what our principle is really gonna be able to bring more people in and captivate a younger audience or just a more general audience, and it was time, definitely, so this was definitely fun, stepping outside of my comfort zone, and I have the orange band, so getting more creative.
Yeah, we're sisters. We're sisters.
Yes.
Feel free to wear that after the workshop, right? To kind of keep different mindsets.
Yeah, it'll be a reminder.
Yeah. Anybody else have anything to share? Rosemary, I'm interested. What did you think of today?
I heard a lot of the same themes. I think we may all approach our ideal organization in different ways, but I think if we listen to each other and we look at what the environment holds, we're we can head off in some good directions, I think, and grow the organization some more. It's done really well. I mean, we think about where we are today. There's nowhere to go but up.
Yep.
It's time to take, I think it's time to take over Los Angeles.
Yeah, very good. Any other last comments?
I'll just add one thing. You know, one thing that struck me was this whole past 2 hours it was comfortable and it was fun. And you know, I say that as one of the the members of the new class here, and I think that bodes really well, because creating the mission and the vision is an important starting point. But you know, we're all going to need to continue to work well together and keep the same dynamic that we had in this workshop. And so I'm really excited about that. I think I was just really pleased, and furthers my excitement of being a part of this great group.
Great.
That's awesome. Thank you for sharing that.
Just a quick comment real quick on that to piggyback that. So class members are coming in. Little San Diego has changed dramatically here in the last 2 years. And we've had two major gifts given to the organization in the last 2 years that have put us on a very different trajectory than we could have ever dreamed of before those 2 years. We were constantly working on a really tight budget. We were only able to use the annual budget that was within what was being given on that annual basis. These last two major gifts are going to allow us to do a lot of the things that everyone has talked about for the last several years. And me kind of now is kind of feel like I'm a bit of the older class, having experienced that before. But that funding changes our future in a very, very dramatic way. And that will put us on a very different trajectory.
Think big.
Great.
Think big. That's it.
Big. Yeah.
All right, our last slide, please, Vivian, and we're going to wrap this up. As far as what comes next, right? We will share this recording if you'd like to reference it, and we'll do so in order to break everything down, and we'll do some transcriptions. We'll grab some screenshots, and we'll capture the learning from our event today. And all of these contributions will be part of our thinking and our planning in one way or another in our future strategic plan. If you're all ramped up tonight, feel free to jump into idea scale in our next refine phase, or there will be an email that Vivian and I send out tomorrow that will, excuse me, remind you of what comes next with that. But we have moved everybody. I took all the ideas. The similar ideas were merged together, and all of the ideas were moved forward into the refine stage. We will send you an email that explains what this stage is, and it's now facilitating conversations around those problems from everybody that had chimed in so far, around 3 different questions about who's involved, what's the impact, etc. So you can take the night off, you can jump into idea scale, but tomorrow morning, Vivian and I will send an email with how to participate in the next phase. And I will emphasize that it is only 7 days in the next phase, because we need to start kind of picking up the pace here. So everything you need to know is in that email, and I remain available to each of you as needed to make sure that you're able to participate. Brent, that's all we've got for today. If you have any closing words as we wrap up.
Just thank you everybody for your time. I mean, it's the first working day of the year, and we threw you right into the deep end here and made your work day extra long. So thank you for being part of it. At least it was fun. And I think the energy that you were witnessing, Aaron, is a result of also our host, Kevin. He knows how to bring the good out in people. So it was a lot of fun. So thank you everybody for your time. Cindy, great to see you joining us. It's nice to see you. And Jojo, it was great to meet your dog real quick. I don't know what's your dog's name, Jojo?
Tia.
Oh, that's right. I already met. Yeah, we already met. We had coffee together.
Yes.
All right. Well,
Antoinette, any final words for your board and all their good work today?
No, I'm just so excited for everybody. And, I just really appreciate all the energy. We've got the right people, the right time. And so let's go. Yes.
Yay. Happy New Year.
Yes.
Happy New Year, everyone.
Happy New Year, everybody. More good.
Bye, everybody.
Thanks.
Bye,
Bye-bye.
everyone. Thank you.
And Rosemary, happy belated birthday.
Thank you. Thank
Yes,
you.
happy birthday.
Happy birthday.
I'm 13.
Yay!
Happy birthday.
All right, guys. Good night.
Bye, everybody.
Night, everybody.
Bye.